from Universal Studios, Hollywood. This is American Gladiators. Selected from a nationwide search, 20 men and women have come to Hollywood to challenge our force of American Gladiators for a single honor, to become American Gladiators champions. Now, here are your American Gladiators: Gemini, Lace, Nitro, Gold, Laser, Blaze, Thunder, Ice, Turbo, and Diamond. The host for American Gladiators, Mike Adamle, and his co-host, Larry Zonka.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Mike Adamle. Glad you could join us for this brand new season of American Gladiators. Once again, we have scoured the countryside and we have come up with some outstanding contenders, 20 men and women who will test themselves in a variety of events and put their athletic skills on the line with a chance to win over $150,000 in cash and prizes. And we've got two brand new events, a revamped Eliminator Final. We've got 4 new gladiators who are absolutely awesome, and I've got a new sidekick, Hall of Fame fullback from the Miami Dolphins, still looking lean and mean, Mr. Larry Zonka. Good to have you, pal. Larry, even though you're a big guy, I know you root for the little man, and in our contenders we have some little, some a little bit bigger than little, but they're all working against a common cause, and that's to beat the American Gladiators, and that storyline is going to be fun to watch play out.
Well, they're all working against long odds, let's face it. And I can associate myself with that, having started out with the Miami Dolphins when they were the doormat of the American Football League, and then being the down-and-out team with a long shot. I kind of associate myself with the contenders a little bit.
Larry, it's good to have you here. I know you're going to enjoy the competition. Let's meet our contenders for this preliminary round.
In our women's preliminary, please welcome Maria Nichtine of Cincinnati, Ohio, a human services worker. And her opponent, Esther Ratner of Tempe, Arizona, an industrial design professor at Arizona State. In the men's competition, here's Dwayne Thomas of New York City, a groundskeeper at Yankee Stadium. And his opponent, Lincoln Simons of Studio City, California, a stuntman.
Esther, 37 years old and a college professor at Arizona State. You are going to be the champion of a lot of people back at home and watching this on television.
Yeah, I know. My students are going to be watching me, and they're going to be seeing if I did my homework or not.
37 years old, you're giving away about 10 years in age to some of the other contenders.
I know, but spirit has no age.
I like the line. Save that one. A stuntman by profession? That's got to help here because we have several events that happen in midair.
Yeah, well, I hope my 12 years experience in the business as a stuntman will help me as being versatile, being able to use my body in a lot of different ways.
Let's hope you're not a fall guy. Larry?
Ray, you're into dance, you're into aerobics, you're into weightlifting. Do you think all those things are going to help you against some of these gladiators?
Especially the aerobics. The endurance, I find, is going to be really, really hard. So I'm hoping it'll pay off and make me a winner.
Well, good luck to you. Some of these gladiators are in very good shape themselves. Dwayne, ground crew supervisor, Yankee Stadium. Yeah. You know all about turf and how to hang on to it. You think it'll help you against these people?
Yeah, I feel that I'll have no problem here today. I'm looking forward to the fun and the excitement.
All right, best of luck to both of you. Mike?
Contenders, all the best. And it's time to get it on because I see the gladiators getting that look in their eye. Have a great preliminary round. Once again, this is how our competition works. Our contenders, 2 men and 2 women, will compete against our American Gladiators in 7 very different events. Now, the contender who amasses the most points in those 7 rigorous confrontations automatically advances to the next round, has a chance to move one step closer towards our championship final, and maybe most important, can tell his and her friends back home that, hey, I had the right stuff. I was an American Gladiator contender, and I did it my way. Coming up next, our first event, the men's joust. And here's Larry to tell you all about it.
In the joust, a contender has 30 seconds in which to knock a gladiator off his platform in an attempt to earn 10 points. The men are up first, and Thunder draws first assignment. His first opponent will be Dwayne Thomas of New York. Aside from working at Yankee Stadium, Dwayne also holds a black belt in karate.
And Larry, the ideal technique here is to strike hard and strike quickly. And that's exactly what Thunder does as Dwayne Thomas goes off in just 2 seconds. Not much of a battle. And Lincoln Simons is up next, a veteran of 12 years in the stuntman business. Makes his home in Studio City, California. He'll be trying to do a little bit better against the mighty Thunder. Once again, Thunder the first to strike, but Lincoln doing a great job of keeping his balance and has Thunder off balance momentarily.
Lincoln being able to, Thunder steps across, commits the violation, loses the match.
All right, score 1 for the stuntmen. Nicely done, Lincoln. I don't know if you were able to stun Thunder with any of your blows, but you did manage to get him to lose his balance and have him come over to your pedestal, which means automatic disqualification. How'd you do it? What was the secret?
I just saw his blows coming, he was attacking, I just tried to avoid and then counterattack as best as possible. I knew it'd be tough, but just did my best.
Thunder, I think you got a little greedy. You saw him perhaps in a bit of trouble, went for the kill, and made a mistake and walked over on his side.
Balance is something I need to work on a little bit, but power is something I'll never lack, I'll tell you that.
You'll get the balance. All right. Well done. Nicely done, Lincoln.
So, Lincoln Simons takes the early lead in our men's preliminary. 10-zip over Dwayne Thomas. But there's a lot of action left on this edition of American Gladiators, including the wall, our game of assault, but up next, our women's chance to take up arms in the joust.
And there's another thing, Mikhail, the kids these days. Tetris, schmetris, all the time is Tetris they want to play. And it's not just in Russia. All over the world is Tetris. Whatever happened to the unicycle, to the ball? It's a changing world.
Mario! Mario!
Mario!
He's back. All you had to do was ask. Super Mario Bros. 3 from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power.
The big show comes to St. Louis's Kiel Auditorium December 29th and 30th. Auto Baby! Showcasing some of the most beautiful show cars and race cars in the country. See Rusty Wallace's NASCAR Winston Cup Championship cars. Bigfoot Fast Tracks. America's favorite sports fan, Busty Hall. Direct from L.A., the Chippendale. Men and Women's Bodybuilding Contest. Midwest Championship Arm Wrestling. And Life in the Fast Lane Swimsuit Contest. December 29th and 30th at Kiel Auditorium. Auto Mania. The hottest show in town. Be there. It's gonna be smoking.
I can't believe all the money I saved, thanks to you and you.
You're welcome.
Choice beef.
And fresh produce. All with a double your money back guarantee.
All this quality, all priced lower. Hi, are you busy? No, just talking to a few friends.
She's smart. At Shop and Save, she got it all.
The more you shop, the more you save. Shh, you've got it all at Shop and Save.
Welcome back to Universal Studios Hollywood, where the women are getting ready for their turn in the joust in this preliminary round of the American Gladiators. Gold is up first, and she'll take on Maria Nishting, who has the support of her family. They've come all the way from Cincinnati to watch her work.
Maria had to pass 2 tests to get here, Mike. In addition to attending our contender search in Cleveland, Maria also was a winner of our regional tryout held by our Cincinnati affiliate, WIII-TV in Cincinnati.
Once again, if the contender, in this case Maria, can knock Gold off that pedestal before the 30 seconds elapses, she'll earn 10 points. Gold having trouble with that pugil stick, but did manage a couple of early shots.
Maria delivering some significant blows, almost blew the pugil stick out of Gold's hands at one point.
We should also mention that if a contender can last the entire 30 seconds, go the distance, so to speak, that's worth 5 points for the draw. And Maria going to the underside of Gold with a couple of body shots now.
But Gold delivering some overhand shots to Maria's head, giving her a little double vision.
Finally, Maria, somebody stood up for the contenders. A nicely earned, and I do mean earned, draw.
Man, that was tough. That was really tough.
Gold, you did one of those baton kind of things.
Yeah, well, you know, they can do a lot of things, but I'm not going to fall off of here because I'm solid gold.
You are solid gold, and Maria, you earned points because of the draw. Congratulations.
Maria's opponent is Esther Ratner, a professor at Arizona State and a martial arts enthusiast. At 38 years of age, she's 16 years older than her opponent. But remember what she told us earlier, spirit has no age.
Well, Larry, I get the feeling that Esther's going to need more than spirit here against Gold.
She's going to need an iron jaw, Mike.
Gold just wailing away, Esther on her knees, and referee Larry Thompson blows his whistle. Gold thinks she's victorious. Let's listen to Larry's decision.
We had a disqualification on the part of the contender. Once you go to your knees, you must make every attempt to get up. And so the winner, Gold.
Well, an unhappy decision with the crowd, but Gold likes it. I think it was the correct one. Esther was taking a pounding.
All right, Professor, use your analytical mind and tell us what happened to you up there.
Well, if she, she came at me so fast, if I had just gotten back up again, because I wasn't getting hurt, I just needed to stand up, and she was coming down hard on top of me.
So as we say in the classroom, back to the drawing board?
Definitely.
Okay, congratulations to both of you.
So Gold comes out swinging, and as a result, only Maria Nichting comes away with points in the women's joust. 5-zip over Esther. And it looks to be a tough competition for our women contenders. After one event in our men's preliminary, Lincoln Simons holds a 10-zip advantage over Dwayne Thomas as the men prepare to take on the wall.
And Larry, the contenders have 60 seconds to ascend our 32-foot wall while a gladiator follows in pursuit. Now, using a course of specially designed hand grips, the man who reaches the top first earns 10 points.
Our men's leader, Lincoln Simons, will be trailed up the wall by Turbo. Dwayne trails by 10 points, but earlier he mentioned why you can't get discouraged.
The main winner in this is just that you have to be determined. No matter what gets you down, no matter if you fall off the balance beam and slam your body into one of the cushions, you just have to get up and keep going.
And he'll take on Gemini.
And keep in mind that our contenders are given a 10-second head start. There's Lincoln Simons, there's Dwayne Thomas, trying to pick his way along this 32-foot wall. Dwayne goes off early. And now Lincoln Simons will try to keep Turbo off of him. Really, a contender can't afford to look back and watch that gladiator. All he can think about is the top. And Lincoln is going to make it.
Lincoln demonstrating some real hand strength going up those grips. Great effort. Here's Mike.
Just another day at the office for this man, the stuntman Lincoln. Nicely done.
Thank you. You had my foot there for a while. I felt it. I just kept on holding on and trying my best.
Like the view up here?
Yeah, it's nice. I'm ready to do a high fall.
32 feet never looked so good to this man. Nicely done, Lincoln.
10 more points for Lincoln Simons, and as a result, he now has a 20-0 lead over Dwayne after 2 events. And in our women's competition, Maria Nichting leads Esther Ratner by 5 as they stand by at the wall.
And Maria has a concerned look on her face as she gets set to go. She'll be followed by Blaze. Her opponent, Esther, is getting ready in her attempt to outscale Diamond.
Ready?
Both contenders getting off the mark fairly well right at the sound of the whistle. Making good progress. Let's see if it holds.
Once again, each contender given a 10-second head start. This is not the kind of thing you can practice at home. A contender really has to rely on just their instincts. As Diamond goes flying, she can't hang onto the wall, so Esther's got a free run. Meanwhile, Blaze pulls Maria off.
All Esther has to do is maintain her concentration and not blow it here, and she'll pick up 10 points. Easier said than done. It takes a little doing as she makes it up over the wall for the 10 points.
Esther, you had, I don't know if you could feel it, I trust that you did. Diamond had a hold of one of your legs.
I know, she was tugging.
You were able to shake her off.
I did. It was a little bit of my martial arts background there. I couldn't kick, but I could shake.
Esther, congratulations.
Thank you.
She makes it to the top of the wall. We'll be back with more of the American Gladiators right after this.
So for scaling the wall, Esther takes away 10 points and now leads Maria by a count of 10-5 after 2 events. There's much more to come on the American Gladiators, including human cannonball and our contest of powerball. But up next, assault.
For this mission, you need the acclaimed double-player dual wireless controllers for your Nintendo Entertainment System. With slow motion, twin-turbo rapid fire, head-to-head or team play. Get acclaimed's double-player system from power to move ×2. Double Dragon 2, The Revenge. Raw power for your NES. 9 incredible missions, 2-player simultaneous action. Double Dragon 2 from Acclaim, the best action game ever.
Hello and welcome to the Caveman Games. Let's go down to the mate toss. Grunk spinning his mate. Thrower! Nice bounce, Crudla. Sounds like it's time for clubbing. There's the finger fake. Yes! Sucker! Now for the dino ball. Eat him! Eat him! No post-game interview there.
Caveman Games for the Nintendo Entertainment System. You get bitten, you get eaten.
Vince, the fans would like to know, what's your most memorable steal of all times?
That would have to be the one I made last Thursday.
But you didn't get a steal in that game.
What game? I'm talking about the steal I made on this Panasonic big screen television at Leonard's TV.
That's right. You don't have to be Vince Coleman to get a major league deal on a big screen TV. Just come and see your Uncle Leonard, then you can be like Vince and watch all the great plays at home.
That's right. You tell him, Coach.
You'll save big when you buy from Uncle Leonard. Call 389-0700.
When you pop the cork at the Clarion Hotel on New Year's Eve, they'll pamper you as if you were all alone. For only $195 per couple, surround yourself in the festive mood with a full-course meal, followed with complimentary beverages, dancing to the Bob Cuban Brass, and much more. Then take the elevator home to your complimentary deluxe room. This New Year's Eve, be pampered at the Clarion. Call 241-9500.
Welcome back to Universal Studios Hollywood and more of the American Gladiators. And in this men's preliminary round, Lincoln Simons leads Dwayne Thomas 20-0 after 2 events. Next up, the assault.
Assault is a 60-second contest where our contenders attempt to hit a target placed above the gladiators using a variety of weapons. First up is the crossbow. If unsuccessful there, he may then dash across our arena to shoot with a rocket launcher. From there, it's on to safe zone number 3 where a cannon awaits. And another move closer to the target brings the contender to a handgun. And a 5th and final safe area leaves the contender with 3 softballs to hurl at the target. If all the ammunition's been exhausted, a contender can earn 4 points if he can cross the finish line before the minute is up.
And doing the honors for the Gladiators, the always dangerous Nitro, and first up for the contenders, Lincoln Simons. As we mentioned, Lincoln, a stuntman by trade. Now here's a guy who once fell from a 3rd-story window onto a moving Ferris wheel. So assault should be no problem for him.
It's already been a problem, Mike. Nitro took out the crossbow with a single shot, disarming his first weapon for him.
Lincoln takes his time here in the 2nd safe zone with the rocket launcher. Sets himself in. It appeared that he nicked the bottom of that target. That's all he has to do is hit any portion of it, and he did.
Lincoln a happy guy. As you watch the replay here, you see the rocket coming in from the left, and just the tail fin nips the target.
That was worth 7 points, and now he has a 27-0 lead over Dwayne Thomas. Needless to say, Dwayne will have to score here.
Ready?
Dwayne doing a little change up in his pace as he comes across. He looked like a defensive back coming across there, didn't he, Mike?
Nice moves. You mentioned that Dwayne works as a ground supervisor at Yankee Stadium. This is a little like standing in the middle of batting practice without a glove to defend yourself.
Dangerous point where you reach for the cannon. The hand is exposed, and you can see that's what Nitro's aiming at.
Let's fire there, Dwayne. Oh!
Stay right here. Stay right here. I'll get the trainer.
Here's it. Dwayne was hit in the eye. As you see, you'll see it come in from the middle of your screen or upper right side of your screen. And it's so fast that ball's traveling in excess of 100 miles an hour. Glanced off, it appeared that it hit the edge of his goggles, but we're not sure at this point. Here's Mike with Dwayne.
Dwayne, I guess thank goodness for ice bags and protective goggles.
Yeah, that's true. But when I was planning on coming to the show anyway, this was the man that I feared the most anyway, because I knew Nitro was a crack shot all the time. I watched a few of the shows, and I always see Nitro get his man.
But Nitro is not a headhunter. He's a fair competitor. He's just a good shot.
Yes, definitely, definitely. And this is let the audience know those balls are coming pretty fast.
Does that sting a little bit?
Yeah, it stings a little bit, but otherwise, I'm all right.
Okay, put that ice bag back where it belongs. Okay.
And a nice round of applause for Dwayne as we hope he'll be able to continue. In the meantime, Lincoln's hit increases his lead over Dwayne 27-0. It's the women's turn in assault now, where Esther holds a 5-point lead over Maria after 2 events. Esther's up first, and earlier she told us how martial arts motivates her to compete.
And normally I wouldn't have. In the past I would have said, oh, I'm too old, or, I don't want to do it. Now yeah, bring it on, I'm ready. I want to do this.
Esther practices a form of martial arts known as Ja Shindo, or the way of self-belief, and you can see that focus in the look on her face.
She did a little Ja Shindo skip to the loo there, dodging those tennis balls.
Esther's first shot off the mark.
She does well. She faces upfield, Mike. Keeps her eye on the ball, moves well from safe zone to safe zone. She goes a little low and outside with a rocket launcher.
37 years old from Tempe, Arizona, professor of industrial design at Arizona State University.
Mike Diamond's no slouch with that cannon. She's laying those tennis balls out there in rapid fire succession.
And I think what happened to Esther there, Larry, she stopped to admire her shot, or at least see if it hit the target, and she left herself wide open to be hit. So no points for Esther Ratner, and now it's Maria Nichting's turn. She led 5-0 after the joust. She trails 10-5 coming in here, so if she hits that target, she can regain the lead. Setting herself with a crossbow. Very, very close.
Mike, she's very cautious in her approach to this game. Takes no risk, takes a long time to sight her weapons.
In addition to working against the Gladiator, the contender's also working against the clock. They have 60 seconds to get the job done. Her shot with the rocket launcher, wide.
Get a little view over Diamond's shoulder of just what she's shooting at there. You can see that distance looks far on camera, but it isn't. It's very close, and the balls are going in excess of 100 miles an hour.
So far, so good. She hasn't hit the target yet, but she's still alive. About 10 seconds to go, however.
She's used up a lot of time on her early weapons, Mike. The one that didn't count, you right in the bullseye. Little dismayed. So Diamond shuts out the women in assault. And after 3 events, there's no change in the score. Now let's go down with Mike, who's standing by with Dwayne Thomas.
Sometimes when a dream evaporates and it's beyond your control, it's a bitter pill to swallow. Dwayne Thomas, because of an injury that he suffered to his eye, a scratched cornea in the assault game, has to withdraw from the competition, and I know you're hurting deep down inside, both mentally and physically.
This is true. I wanted to carry this out, but hey, sometimes it happens as winners and losers, and I enjoyed being here. Thank you.
we're going to miss you. And the big thing right now is we're concerned about the eye, and I know you're going to go to the hospital and get it looked at, and we think it's going to be okay. And if at all possible, we'd like to have you back, Dwayne.
I'd like to be back.
Okay. The man who takes over in his place, Nate Foster, a fine decathlete. Unfortunately, you carry no points with you into the last 4 competitions.
I've been in that position before, and I want to pull the slack up for Dwayne because he's a great competitor. I practiced with him, and he's a great guy, and he deserves the best, and I'm going to give him the best for him.
I think one of the nice things about American Gladiators, the contenders pull for one another. Congratulations, and good luck to you, and again, Dwayne.
And a nice round of applause for the effort Dwayne has displayed today, and we wish him the best. Now it's on to Human Cannonball, where Nate will take over for Dwayne. Earlier, Nate told us why keeping in shape in competitions like American Gladiators are important to him.
When I do have children, I want to be able to play and do the things with them. I don't want to just be sitting back on the couch and, having my kid tug on me, say, hey, Dad, come on, let's go bike, or let's go run, or let's go surf. I want to be able to do that.
Okay, Dad, let's play Human Cannonball. In this event, each contender given 2 swings. Each successful attempt worth 5 points. A contender can earn a total of 10 in this event. And Lincoln Simons, who has a commanding lead, will swing against Laser. Nate has to take on Thunder. Here they come.
Nate doing a good job. Almost shook Thunder off the pad, but couldn't quite cut it. 190 pounds of momentum coming at Thunder. Thunder took it on the shoulder pretty good. As we take a look through the helmet cam, we'll see exactly what Nate was seeing as he comes up on Thunder. If you'll notice, Thunder crouches down just a little bit right before impact to kind of deflect that blow.
And now both contenders will get their second chance. This time Nate takes on Laser and Lincoln against Thunder. Oh, and what a great job by Laser to keep his balance.
Again, Nate doing a great job of using that momentum, almost knocking the Gladiator off, but Laser's prepared, takes the hit right here on the replay, does a spin almost like a discus thrower, maintaining his balance. A rare shutout in Human Cannonball keeps the men at the same score after 4 events. There's more ahead on American Gladiators, including Powerball and our smash hit, Atmosphere. But up next, the women's turn to swing on Human Cannonball.
This Crisco collection of Christmas cookie recipes is yours free when you buy Good Housekeeping. Try my daughter's favorite and watch what happens. With 50% less saturated fat than butter-flavored Crisco is the recipe for success. To make these light and golden Christmas cookies, pick up the December issue of Good Housekeeping. Inside, you'll find your free copy of Crisco's Christmas Cookie Collection. Look for it in these other fine magazines, too. It's a gift for you from Crisco.
Zest takes you to a clean you could never get from soap.
Zest fully clean. Zest fully clean.
Soap leaves a sticky film behind, but Zest rinses clean away.
You're not fully clean unless you Zest fully clean.
If you're traveling east or west and in the mood for seafood, travel to S&P Oyster Company, St. Louis's #1 lobster house, where you'll find a whole Maine lobster dinner for only $9.95. S&P Oyster Company would like to extend an invitation to come and visit one of the most dynamic seafood restaurants in the Midwest. If it's oysters you'll love, they're only 34 cents each every day of the week from 4 to 7. Do yourself a favor and make a point to visit one of St. Louis's most affordable and exciting seafood restaurants. If the fish were any fresher, you'd have to get your feet wet to eat it.
The Big Show comes to St. Louis's Kiel Auditorium December 29th and 30th. Auto Mania! Showcasing some of the most beautiful show cars and race cars in the country. See Rusty Wallace's NASCAR Winston Cup Championship cars. Bigfoot Fast Tracks. America's favorite sports fan, Busty Hart. Direct from L.A., the Chippendale. Men and Women's Bodybuilding Contest. Midwest Championship Arm Wrestling. And Life in the Fast Lane Swimsuit Contest. December 29th and 30th at Kiel Auditorium. Auto Mania! The hottest show in town. Be there. It's gonna be smoking.
Join the American Gladiators Fan Club. Send $3 for postage and handling to American Gladiators Fan Club, Van Nuys, California, 91463-0001.
Fresh from the sewer.
And into your Nintendo Entertainment System comes Ultra's version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now you can take control of these heroes in a half shell as they nunchuck, swim, and bazooka blast their way through sewers and streets, ridding the world of rival robots, wretched ruffians, and the evil Foot Clan forever. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're out of the sewers and available where Ultra games are sold.
Hi, I'm Dan Bellman. If you've been waiting all year for that great deal on a used car, truck, or van, stop waiting. Bellman Used Cars has just slashed prices on all remaining vehicles in stock, and we're ready to move them out. No matter what your needs or price range, our huge inventory guarantees you'll find what you're looking for. All of our used cars are clean, completely serviced, and ready to go in 29 minutes. Come see us during our inventory reduction sale at I-270 McDonald Boulevard. Bellman, where everybody buys their used vehicle.
From St. Louis's news leader, News 4, this is your 24-hour news source.
Good morning, I'm Craig Treadway. Crystal City Police and the St. Louis Major Case Squad are trying to solve a murder. The body of Cynthia Williams was found by her 11-year-old son Saturday morning with a head wound authorities believe was caused by a blunt object. Crystal City Police are reporting no new information surrounding the case. Foes Against Euthanasia have filed another appeal to have Nancy Cruzan's feeding tube reconnected. A group filed with the 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in St. Louis Saturday. And 2 more area military units have been activated for duty in the Persian Gulf. They are the 1137th Military Police Company of the Missouri National Guard and the 7th Battalion of the 158th Aviation Reserves at Scott Air Force Base. This is your 24-hour news source.
Welcome back to Universal Studios Hollywood, where the women are now set to go in the human cannonball. And after 3 events in this preliminary round, Esther Ratner leads Maria Nichting 10-5. Esther Ratner in the blue, Maria Nichting in the red. Each contender given 2 swings. Again, each successful attempt worth 5 points. Maria will swing first against Diamond, while Esther has to take on Blaze. And again, this is the event where the contender has all the advantage with that swing momentum. Here they come. And there they go. Both Blaze and Diamond go flying. So 5 points for both Esther and Maria Nichting.
Both our contenders doing a good job putting a double whammy on our Gladiators. As you see, Maria tucked up perfectly. Great body position, and she sends Diamond flying.
And Diamond and Blaze have shaken out the cobwebs, and they're getting set to go. This time, Maria will take on Blaze. Esther will take on Diamond. And again, once the contender hits that blocking pad flush, the Gladiator has almost no chance to keep her balance. And once again, the contenders are perfect. Right on the money.
Well, they aligned their bodies perfectly, tucked into a bowling ball position, and struck the Gladiators and knocked both Gladiators flying off the pedestals. Mike?
Maria and Esther, I hope you have a good dentist, because all of America saw your dental work. They saw your cavities, they saw your molars. Where did you guys get that scream?
We just decided we were going to go for it. We planned it, and we just did it together as a team.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it did work.
We planned it. It worked. It was a success. Let's take them.
I like that. Congratulations.
Well, the women have to like the scores as well, Mike, as Esther and Maria each earned 10 points. So now, after 4 events, Esther now leads Maria by a count of 20-15. In the men's competition, Lincoln has a healthy lead on Nate, 27-0, as we begin our 5th event, Powerball.
Nitro, Gemini, and Turbo have plotted their strategy, and Powerball is brought to you by the Nintendo Entertainment System. Nintendo, now you're playing with power.
Our leader, Lincoln Simons, is a well-rounded athlete, a stuntman and a rugby player. He told us what it takes to win in Powerball.
You go out there and you see who's got the best tools, you know? And I think with my experience in rugby, my tools will be pretty sharp.
Lincoln will have to be plenty sharp in this event, so will Nate Foster. Once again, both contenders have 45 seconds to score as many goals as they can. Ready? Goals deposited in the center cylinder worth 2 points, those outside cylinders worth 1. Get him out! Nate trying to spin move on Nitro, that didn't work. Turbo muscles Lincoln down to the ground. Still, the contenders have yet to score.
This must bring memories back of rugby to Lincoln right here as he trying to, but then gets one in for a score.
Back up, back up. He paid the price a little there. No score it is. Let him out of the zone. Let him out. Turbo extremely quick for a big man. However, finally Lincoln, after about 4 dekes, put a move on him that counted.
Angered Turbo a little bit, hit him a little after the score, really drove him into the side cushion. Gladiators more than a little aggressive. They're almost not letting the contenders get out of the safe area. And Lincoln manages to score right at the whistle, even though he got the big hit. Here's Mike.
Lincoln and Nate, you did something that contenders very, very rarely do. And that's make our Gladiators a little angry, because those 3 gentlemen love shutouts, and you denied them that satisfaction. Lincoln, you won this particular match, and I think you dazzled them with some of your footwork.
It was tough. They were just, waiting for me to come out, and they weren't letting me out, but when I got the chance, I tried to make the most of it.
Nate, you got off to a great start with that early goal, and then it kind of all fell apart.
I've been away from football for about 15 years, and seeing those guys, those 2 big guys, just kind of remind me. I played a quarterback in high school and never saw guys that big when I was carrying the ball.
Well, the perspiration on both your bodies tells the story. A tough, rough game of Powerball. Lincoln and Nate, nice job.
And as Lincoln mentioned earlier, today his tools were pretty sharp as he takes a shutout away from the Gladiators and 3 points away for himself. As a result, he cushions his lead over Nate to a score of 30-1. The women are up next, where Esther leads Maria 20-15. Take a look now at Ice, Gold, and Lace, who will take on our contenders in this battle of Powerball.
And earlier, Maria told us why competing here on the American Gladiators is important to her.
I had total knee reconstruction about 4 years ago, and I couldn't walk for about a year, and I realized that that's the pits. I mean, and after that, I always have been athletic. But then I started training harder and doing aerobics and running and cycling, and I figure I'm not going to make $1 million doing this. It's for my own benefit. And here's a chance where I can say, hey, I've worked hard, and I can show people that I've worked hard.
And she's quite the heroine back home in Cincinnati, Ohio. Ready! And now she's got her work cut out for her against 3 tough Gladiators. Maria in the red scores quickly and early. Esther in the blue loses her headgear. Let him out!
See Maria doing a step over and bowl through, but misses getting the ball into the scoring pod.
Well, undaunted, she goes at it again. This time Ice takes her down, and look at Esther giving away all that weight to goal, and she manages to score.
She's not real big, but she is relentless. She hangs in there tough.
Maria trying the duck under move again. That didn't work against Gold. Time now running out on both contenders. And it's showing on Maria. Her legs are very tired. There goes Esther. And Maria is slammed to the turf again.
Esther not the least bit intimidated by the fact she doesn't have a helmet on. She's hung in there tough and scored 2 points. Really displaying the stamina of a woman 10 years her junior. Over to you, Mike.
Now, let's all take a deep breath. It's finally over, Maria. Did you ever, in your wildest dreams, think 45 seconds could last that long?
No, but I wish it would have lasted longer.
You still have a little fight left in you.
Always. I never quit.
Your partner here did a great job. She even lost her headgear early on. Esther, for 37 years old, young, I might add. That was an unbelievable effort.
Thank you. I put everything into it. I said I brought some spirit with me.
Now, I know Gold told you something after the match was over. What did she say?
She said, you were tough. Not too many people get by me. I appreciated that she said that to me.
Esther, you won this Powerball match. It was terrific. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, you too, Maria. Congratulations.
Spirit has no age, and it also earns a 2-1 victory for Esther in Powerball. And for her efforts, Esther picks up an extra point against Maria after 5 events. Only 2 events left in this preliminary round of competition, including the Eliminator. But up next, our game of Atmosphere.
Oh, the doctor. Mario. Oh, killer game from Nintendo. Dr. Mario. Wow. But it ain't what you think. You get to zap these viruses. And with 2 players, you can actually trash the other guy. kids. Try this at home. Hey, you can get it for Game Boy, too. He's got the cure.
You can get a spot phone for $26.99 with a proof of purchase from 7-Up.
Hello? Dasher, it's for you.
When I was younger, holiday mornings always started out the same. I'd help my mom make breakfast for the entire family, whether she wanted my help or not. Then, like any future weatherman, I'd go outside and check for snow. Sometimes I was disappointed. Other times there was plenty of snow, which to me looked about 20 feet tall when I was small. These days, my wife Cindy and I have our own little ones hoping for snow. But whatever the weather, all of us at Channel 4 wish you and yours the warmest holiday greetings.
Hi, I'm Dan Bellman. If you've been waiting all year for that great deal on a new Pontiac, your wait is over. Bellman has slashed prices and we're moving them out now. A 90 Transport V6 Auto with air and front-wheel drive as low as $15,988. Huge savings on all 91 6000s with auto, air, and more, only $13,888. Or this 91 Grand Prix LE sedan loaded, only $12,998. Remember, huge inventory, 29-minute delivery and high trades at Bellman, I-270 McDonald Boulevard, where everybody buys their Pontiac.
Welcome back to Universal Studios Hollywood for more of the American Gladiators. Here's Larry.
And now the stage is set for our next event, Atmosphere, where two contenders compete simultaneously in an effort to roll their ball into one of the red, white, and blue scoring pods, worth 1 point each. At the same time, two gladiators try to keep the contenders from scoring by knocking them out any way they can.
And Larry, it may look like an amusement park ride, but for the contenders and the gladiators, there's nothing amusing about it. It is 60 seconds of hard work. The legs have to constantly be moving to keep those atmospheres moving and to move them into the scoring pods. Referee Larry Thompson starting the match, and those plumes are nitrogen smoke, which signify that a contender has indeed scored. Foster moving very well, but Nitro does a good job of keeping him out of that scoring pod. Lincoln can't get his to stop, now using Nate as sort of a barrier, a shield to keep the gladiators off of him. He's got a breakaway going down towards the other end. Let's see if he can capitalize.
Lincoln's putting a lot of miles on his atmosphere there. He's been up and down the track twice already.
And so far, he's got nothing to show for it. Maybe here, let's see. Can he get it to stop? No! Turbo knocks him out. Both contenders having a tough time scoring here. I tell you what, Lincoln is rolling all over the inside of that cage.
Just got a few of our cameramen getting their heads on a swivel too, or they're going to be under an atmosphere out there.
Here he goes, Lincoln trying to save it again, can't do it. Time running out, and that is it.
Defensive job by Nitro and Turbo as they shut the contenders out in atmosphere. After 6 events, their score still stands 30-1. The women are loading in now, and after 5 events, Esther leads Maria 22-16.
And a look at the field of play in atmosphere as Esther Ratner getting loaded into her cage and Lace about to move into her confined space.
Ready red, ready blue, gladiators ready, spotters ready.
Referee Larry Thompson making sure everything is in order. And the match is underway. And Lace having a dilly of a time trying to get her atmosphere out of that scoring pod. But Esther's having no problem. She's got it moving. And she's right on the edge of scoring. She does.
Yeah. You know, Mike, she has a little problem getting the atmosphere to settle. She just doesn't have enough weight, but she's got all kinds of leg power. She can certainly get it moving in a hurry.
Well, I would venture to say that atmosphere weighs more than she does. Almost scored there. Maria has yet to score, however. She's in the red atmosphere. Esther's got it on the move again, and she scores again.
Bloom of smoke blowing up through there almost raises Esther up off the floor.
Now she needs an assist from Maria to get it out of there. It didn't help. Here comes Maria now.
Marie breaking into the open. Can she settle it? She's got it.
So she's finally on the scoreboard. Lace and Esther at a standstill there, stalemate. Maria with one last-ditch effort to try to tie this match. To no avail, and Esther wins it 2-1.
Two very tired ladies, as a very happy mom looks on.
Esther, if anybody deserved the right to relax, you certainly did after that go-around in Atmosphere.
Definitely. I have a feeling some of my colleagues are really wondering how I became a college professor.
They may revoke your credentials after this is all over.
I don't know, though. If I don't get tenure, maybe there's another job for me doing something like this.
Congratulations. All right.
A 2-1 win for Esther in Atmosphere, and here's how she did it. Steady into the pod, and once she's in, Esther forces all her weight to the back of the ball to stop it. Great technique. It's another insurance point for Esther as she now takes a 24-17 lead over Maria with one event remaining. Who will advance into the quarterfinal round? That will be decided when we return.
Some days, I want to start completely over, make my whole life fresh and beautiful. And some days, I'd rather just go wash my hair. But you can do both. Pantene is really like a fresh start. It has this pro-vitamin B5 complex. It makes your hair stronger from the inside. And look what it does for the outside. It's so healthy and beautiful. Now, that may not change the world, but it's not bad for just washing your hair.
Knock, the arcade smash for your Nintendo Entertainment System. Knock, with simultaneous two-player action. Knock, your match force taking on Mr. Big and busting his criminal empire. Knock from Acclaim. No one had the guts until now.
Double Dragon 2, The Revenge. Raw power for your NES. 9 incredible missions, 2-player simultaneous action. Double Dragon 2 from Acclaim, the best action game ever.
My territory is like a geography lesson. LA, New York, Miami, London, Paris, Berlin. I live on TWA. I know all the flight numbers. I know the crew by their first names. We're old friends.
The TWA network covers 150 cities worldwide, including 125 cities in the U.S. alone.
Well, what do you expect? World is their middle name.
Today's TWA. Find out how good we really are.
Get the Trimline treatment. What is the Trimline treatment? It's racy stripes, bold graphics, window tints, ground effects, sassy spoilers, running boards, sunroofs, and more. Get the Trimline treatment now and save 10% at Trimline Auto Customizing. Want more? How about a sunroof installed from just $159? Plus, get Trimline's lifetime never-a-leak warranty. If your sunroof ever leaks, Trimline fixes it free. Don't miss Trimline's $159 sunroof sale through December 31st, only at Trimline Auto Customizing.
Welcome back to Universal Studios Hollywood for our final event, the Eliminator.
Mike, both contenders start at the treadmill and must run against the belts to reach the top. Once there, each contender must cross a 30-foot span using a specially designed hand bike. Then across the balance beam, where instead of medicine balls, gladiators now throw weighted blocking pads at the contenders.
And Larry, if our contenders have made it this far, it's time to climb a 20-foot cargo net. From there, it's a wild ride down a zip line, which will take the contender over the entire length of the arena floor. From there, a final straightaway, where the contender has to negotiate a set of hurdles. And then a very important choice, which lane to pick. Because behind 3 of these doors lie American gladiators, all bent on keeping the contenders from crossing that finish line.
Esther now leads Maria by a score of 24-17 coming into the Eliminator, meaning that Maria would have to beat Esther by at least 3.5 seconds in order to win this prelim and advance to the quarterfinals.
And Larry, not only do our 5 preliminary round winners advance to the quarters, but the next 3 highest finishers also go as well. So this race, very important for both women. Esther in the blue, Maria in the red. And up the ramp they go, Maria with the slight edge.
Esther having a little trouble reaching the hand bike. Maria well on her way down the beam. Esther closing the gap, though.
Kind of gets gets hung up there for a second, but she has made it to the platform safely. Maria dodges that blocking bag, but Esther falls off.
Esther loses her balance, looking up at Blaze, wondering where the bag was going to come from, and this could be a serious, serious problem for her.
Maria now with a fairly healthy lead on Esther. Remember, she needs to win by 3.5 seconds to assure herself of a place in the quarterfinals, and it looks like she's on her way. Down the zip line she comes.
She has to cross that white line. Got a little off beat there, but she's back on now. Here comes impact.
Over the hurdles and right over ice.
Esther crossing the white line, a little tuckered out.
But what an effort by the 37-year-old college professor from Arizona.
And finally getting across, and there's one tired lady, Mike. And Maria has successfully come from behind to win it.
Professor, you have just earned your PhD, your doctorate in eliminatorology.
Well, I don't know about that, but I feel like I've been through an ordeal, that's for sure. Graduate school, teaching was never this tough.
It was terrific, Esther.
Thanks.
We enjoyed your performance.
Thanks.
Maria, you go on to the quarterfinals, and obviously this was something you thought about prior to the competition, that when you got to the Gladiator at the wall, that you were going to do a complete 360 in midair and land on the back side.
I planned it. That was the only way I knew I would get through clean without any contact with them.
Piece of cake.
Aerobics class. I mean,
Oh, it was nothing. Maria, you're going on to the quarters. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And check out this aerobics class leap as she clears right over top of Ice's head and does a one-point landing right on her head on the floor. Well, congratulations to Maria Nichting, who advances with a 79-45 victory. The men are up next, where Lincoln leads Nate by a comfortable 29 points. That means that Nate would have to beat Lincoln by 14.5 seconds.
And in Nate Foster's defense, we should mention, in case you missed it, he was an alternate. Dwayne Thomas had to scratch because of an eye injury after the assault. He inherited no points at that point, and that's why he trails by as many as he does. Lincoln in the blue, Nate Foster in the red. Lincoln very quick. His skills as a stuntman very much in evidence. Working his way across the balance beam. Both men make it. Now Nate has a slight lead. Side by side they go up the cargo net. Lincoln reaches the top first. Now the fun part, the zip line. Contenders get a chance to catch their breath at that point.
Nate never saying die. He's hanging in there and hanging tough. Oh, leap by Lincoln.
Taking a page out of Maria Nichting's book with a flying leap as Nate Foster finally crosses the finish line. I'll tell you what, I think Lincoln Simon's got more air than Maria did. Dangerous move, but successful. Larry?
Nate, tough day. Come in as substitute, picked up a few points. We're going great guns in the eliminator, and then you ran into a fella named Gemini.
Yeah.
He was down low, had his shoulder planted.
I thought I'd do a lot better. And I was a little disappointed in the beginning from the treadmill. But this is supposed to be a great event for me, and I don't know. It happened.
Nate, I think you did fine, really. You come in there, you got a few points. We'll have to wait and see how it comes out in the quarterly finals. Of course, it's based on points, but you look good, I think.
Thanks, sir.
Lincoln, what a job. I mean, you've been a point leader all day, and then you come to the grand finale here, the eliminator, and you do a superb job of just flying right over top of Laser, I believe.
I thought that was just the best approach. They're so low, and just try to, if I could clear them and roll and hit that end mark the best way I could. So,
all over it in one piece. Well, congratulations, and congratulations again on going to the quarterly final.
All right, thank you, Larry.
Good job, fellas.
And football coaches, if you're looking for some short yardage specialists, how about Lincoln Simons and Maria Nichting? Congratulations to both as they advance to the quarterfinals.
The big show comes to St. Louis's Kiel Auditorium December 29th and 30th. Auto Mania. Showcasing some of the most beautiful show cars and race cars in the country. See Rusty Wallace's NASCAR Winston Cup Championship cars. Bigfoot Fast Tracks. America's favorite sports fan, Busty Hart. Direct from L.A., the Chippendale. Men and women's bodybuilding contest. Midwest Championship arm wrestling. And Life in the Fast Lane swimsuit contest. December 29th and 30th at Kiel Auditorium. Auto Mania. The hottest show in town. Be there. It's gonna be smoking.
If you're traveling east or west and in the mood for seafood, travel to S&P Oyster Company, St. Louis's #1 lobster house, where you'll find a whole Maine lobster dinner for only $9.95. S&P Oyster Company would like to extend an invitation to come and visit one of the most dynamic seafood restaurants in the Midwest. If it's oysters you love, they're only 34 cents each every day of the week from 4 to 7. Do yourself a favor and make a point to visit one of St. Louis's most affordable and exciting seafood restaurants. If the fish were any fresher, you'd have to get your feet wet to eat it.
Hi, I'm Dan Bellman. If you've been waiting all year for that great deal on a new van, truck, or Pontiac, your wait is over. Bellman is clearing out all 1990s at our lowest prices ever. Full-size vans starting as low as $13,888. These vans are loaded with equipment. Some even have rear stereo systems. Bellman Van is the world's largest factory outlet for van conversions, with over 700 full-size and minivans to choose from. Remember, huge inventory, 29-minute delivery, and high trades at Bellman, I-270 McDonald Boulevard, where everybody buys their van.
It happened to this man, a dream that tragically came true, a dream of his own assassination. His name was Abraham Lincoln. It happened to a soldier, evidence that made him positive that he had lived before, centuries ago. The soldier was George S. Patton, and it may have happened to you, because 2 out of 3 Americans believe that they've had a brush with the unknown. What does it all mean? Now there's a new library to help you find your own answers, Mysteries of the Unknown from Time Life Books, where you'll explore every aspect of the unexplained and meet the people who experienced it, like this man who was positive that he had momentarily left his own body. His name, Charles A. Lindbergh. Call now for your trial volume, because the next experience could be yours.
To order Mystic Places, call 1-800-759-9200. Examine it for 10 days. Keep it and pay just $12.99 plus shipping and handling. Keep only the ones you want. Cancel anytime. Call 1-800-759-9200.
Congratulations to Maria Nichting and Lincoln Simons, who advanced to the quarterfinals. Here's a preview of next week's final preliminary round.
Next week, the preliminary round continues as 4 more contenders take their first step toward becoming American Gladiator champions. Cinda Metzer, Scott Wright, Samantha Bryant, and Wesley Kent. Watch as they challenge Gemini, Diamond, Turbo, Plate, and the rest of the American Gladiators. American Gladiators champions will choose from a selection of cars, including the impressive new 1991 Chevrolet Caprice, the new full-size luxury car with so many standard features, furnished by Chevrolet.
Some departing contenders may receive...
Get ready for the ride of your life in Total Recall, the NES game based on the Schwarzenegger blockbuster movie from Acclaim.
Exclamation, a fragrance that makes a statement without saying a word. Punctuate the air with wit and style. Exclamation, a now kind of fragrance from Coty.
Conair unleashes the Wild Thing 1250-watt hair dryer with wild graphics designed just for you and your lifestyle.
Hero, cologne for men from Prince Machiavelli.
That's it for this edition of the American Gladiators. For Larry Zonka, I'm Mike Adamle saying so long from Universal Studios Hollywood.